So a lot of people know that I'm into the 90s sound, and it's actually a very popular sound at the moment. And if you want to get that 90s vibe, really what you want to do is to think about making your track sound as if it's coming from some 90s hardware, or maybe through a tape, reel-to-reel tape machine or something. And so this video is all about that kind of vibe. And I've discovered here this Yamaha vintage open deck, and it's got a lovely, lovely sound. I just wanted to demonstrate this for you so you could see the kind of impact it has on the sound. I've got a very basic beat set up here, and this is in Groove Agent 1. Just going to show you that it's the vinyl kit, so it's just one of the basic kits that's provided. And I've used the beat designer to program a very simple beat. And at the moment, the vintage open deck is bypassed, so I'm just going to make sure it's off there. And let's take a listen. So very basic. It's deliberately basic because I wanted you to really be able to hear the difference here. Now I'm going to switch it in. You can see the level meters are coming in. Now we've got this auto makeup gain on. Now basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the record level. This is like running it down hot onto tape. Now as I'm doing that, you can watch the reproduce control here coming down. So it's compensating, it's turning the level down. So it's compensating. Now I'm going to push quite a long way in this bypass, and then bring it back in. Now I don't know about you, but I really love that texture. You might feel it's a little bit overkill, maybe it is a little bit too much, maybe just ease back a little bit on there. But the sound and texture, the energy that's coming through there really reminds me of that 90s sound. We used to run a lot of our stuff down onto reel-to-reel tape back in the day, and we used to push it a little bit hot into the level sometimes on some of those tunes, and then that would give us something that would record onto that tape that would go off for the vinyl mastering. So this is a real authentic flavor. It's got a real nice vibe to it. Now what I want to do, just to kind of really exaggerate this, is to show you what it looks like with the effect off as a waveform and then on as a waveform. So I'm just going to bounce these out and come back on the other side, and I'll show you the comparison. One is the original, the one underneath is the tape version, and what I want to do is just take the zoom on the tracks to 4 rows so you can see a bit here. And of course this one looks quieter, that auto gain compensation, it's not 100% accurate, I feel, but it doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take this and I'm going to normalize that waveform. So we're going to take it up to 0 dB, and we can get a little comparison now. So you can see that there's a difference in the shape of the waveform. And what I was hearing there was that it's kind of gelling stuff together to quite an extreme level. And it's really quite radically changing the characteristic, particularly on the snare and the clap kind of flavor that was occurring there. And you can see here it's really bringing up that open hat. So it's got this kind of raw edge to it. And you can see it's almost like the waveform feels thicker here compared to the very natural decay here. So it's adding this natural compression, and it's bringing up some of those quiet sections. That's why it really sounds quite energized. So I think that's working really well. So it's a texture. I think it's a really nice one to add. I was using it specifically on the beats there, but maybe you want to put it over the whole mix and see how that feels. But go with caution. You don't want to just sort of saturate everything too much. You'll probably find what you like the sound of, you're going to have to ease back to it just a little bit on there. But this is a really, really good plug-in, and it's part of a collection of Yamaha emulations of old bits of gear. Let me just get the inspector back so we can see this again. So it's sorry, the name of it, let's come back onto the insert. So the vintage open deck here from Yamaha, highly recommended. I really like the sound of that. There's some other controls there, maybe I'll get some time to do a look at those in another video.